welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Cherries on Top, you guys, and don't forget, we're taking it all the way to the top. Guys, thank you so much for returning back for another video. Before I get into the video, guys, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on that post notification bell so you can be the first person notified every single time I drop a new video. Let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. So before we get into the video, I want to acknowledge HV Queens. They are a charity company that basically helps African women become independent by teaching them how to code. So guys, please be sure to order your shirt now, and when you're doing that, make sure you use my code so you can get $10 off your next purchase. I got my shirt, and basically it says, I bring nothing to the table, I am the table. So guys, if you need a little bit of motivation in your life, or if you know a friend or someone that basically needs a little motivation, or it's just good, even if you have the motivation and it's kind of like a daily reminder or whatever it is, guys, be sure to just go ahead and order your shirt. Waste no time, order your shirt, and make sure once again that you are utilizing my code once you do so. Let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the video. So today I will be teaching you guys a couple test taking strategies. I know some of us sometimes we are doing well in the class or whatever class it is that we're taking at the time. However, when it comes to us taking tests, we find ourselves constantly failing the test, or we're just getting too nervous, or we're getting too ahead of ourselves, and it's allowing us not to be able to succeed. So the first tip that I want to give you guys is making sure that you reread the questions. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. There's so many times that I've gotten questions wrong simply because I read it so quickly and I read it once and I hurried up and answered the question, and I picked what was the first thing that stuck out to me from that very moment. When you reread the question, it allows you to catch words that you didn't see the first time. For example, keywords like are not or most likely. You have to pay attention to those keywords, especially when it comes to asking these questions, because you can get a question wrong simply by reading over that. So make sure you guys are rereading the questions, because you don't want to get something so simple wrong simply because you didn't read over it. The second test taking strategy: make sure that you guys are not cramming information in your head before the test. This one is, I would say, the key. Most of the time you already know the information and you already know the content, but when you go ahead and you cram, you forget simple things that you would have already gotten right if it wasn't for the fact that you're trying to cram. So guys, don't cram and don't try to overstudy yourself, because most of the time you know the content. I would say make sure that you are studying for that test a week or a couple days before the exam. I'm not saying that you can't look at content or study the day of the exam. Just make sure that when you do so, you're not cramming everything in, because it makes you forget simple things that you already know, the easiest thing. And be careful, because what teachers or instructors or professors tend to do, they tend to throw the hardest question at you first to kind of be like a distraction. So when you get that first distraction, it's like that anxiety already comes on and it starts, and it's like, oh my gosh, you're freaking out. Next thing you know, it kind of throws you back each and every question after that. So make sure that you guys are not cramming yourselves with information, because it's gonna just make you forget everything that you've already learned. Now, the next test taking strategy that I can give you guys, and I will say that this one is actually the most important: do not change your answer. Every single time you change your answer, and I will literally look it up just so I can be 100% sure as far as with the numbers. Most of the time when you change your answer, the answer that you had the first time was correct. So unless you're 110% sure that the question that you have is wrong, don't change your answer, because we know way more than we think we do. So if you're not 100% sure and there's not facts lining up to prove to you, or it's not like you're remembering, you're remembering content, or you're remembering information that you thought you knew, or and you're not remembering information that you knew prior, don't change your answer, guys. Please don't. Now, the last test taking strategy that I will give you guys is to make sure that you guys are paying attention to keywords like always, never, none, all, and every. Now, when it comes to those questions, most of the time, those answers are wrong. So when it says, because you have to look at it like no two patients or no two scenarios are the same. It doesn't necessarily work like that in every case, but for the most part, they do say that questions, well, answers that have those keywords in them are most likely wrong. I'm not 100% sure, guys, and make sure don't quote me on this, but most of the time they are wrong. So make sure you guys are rereading the questions, make sure you guys are not cramming in the information, and make sure you are taking your time to really understand and analyze what the question is asking you. That way you can be successful when it comes to taking your exams. Guys, once again, my name is Marley. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure you spam the comments with purple hearts, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, we're taking it all the way to the top.